This is a special meeting of the Rules Committee for the purpose of interviewing candidates for county clerk, which under the Tennessee Constitution, Article 7, Section 2, is this council's requirement to fill that vacancy until the next general election. Just as a review to members of the committee and the council that are here, under our rules, each candidate was required to file a letter of intent, which 4 individuals did. Then each candidate is required to appear before this committee and submit a written questionnaire. Those written questionnaires are on each council member's desk, as well as they were submitted to you online by our clerk. And as a reminder, on August 7 at our regular meeting is at the point that the council will vote to fill this vacancy until after the November election. Folks, we got a lot of business to go, so please find a seat or go outside if you will. Thank you. A further reminder to everyone, the role of this committee is to ascertain if these individuals meet the bare minimum requirements, which we are discovered are not many for this job, and then to recommend to the council that those individuals are qualified to be elected. That is the extent of our obligation here. Just to let you know what our procedure will be for this meeting, we'll ask each of those individuals that have filed their letters to come and sit before the council. There will be 3 sort of basic questions each have to answer under our rules and under the state constitution, and then give each of those individuals up to 4 minutes if they want to talk about and highlight their experience. They will, of course, keep in mind that we do have their resumes. And as a reminder to both them and to us, on our August 7 meeting, each of those candidates will have 5 minutes to either address the council and or have members of the council address the council on their behalf, but they'll have 5 total minutes to actually campaign. Are there any comments or questions from the committee or general members of the council about what we are up to today? Let me also, in case I do forget at the end, members of the Rules Committee, we will have our regular meeting tomorrow. We have 10 potential appointees that we have to interview tomorrow, so I don't want anyone to think that this is our only meeting of this week. So please come to our regular meeting tomorrow. With that, we will begin in alphabetical order, but I guess we will wait until the end for the Bs. Mr. Baxter, I don't see James Baxter here. We'll wait till give him an opportunity at the end. So we would begin with Mr. Eaton. Mr. Eaton, will you come on down the long walkway? If you'll sit right there. Sit right there. With your back to me. Talk to those folks. I'm watching your back.
All right.
Mr. Eaton, before your 4 minutes, it's all right to face that way. There are 3 basic questions. Are you a resident of Davidson County?
Yes.
And are you over 18 years old?
Yes, I'm afraid.
And are you willing to serve and able to perform the duties of the county clerk as prescribed by the state constitution, by state law, if you are appointed by this council?
I am.
Thank you. You have the floor for the next few minutes.
Okay. My name's Kenneth Eaton. I think most of you have my resume, my bio. A lot of you know me from the past. I think I've changed a little bit. I think I've gained a little bit of weight since then, but some of us have anyway.
Mr. Eaton, pull the microphone a little bit closer.
I got it all anyway. Anyway, this is about qualifications, I believe. We've only got, 2.5 months, 3 months in this office that it's going to be taken care of. And if you look at the resume, I basically have the experience in the automobile experience in automotive groups. I have the experience in employees. I have the experience in a size operation that this is. It's going to take someone firm to come in, take over the position, go over line by line, and I'm not talking about number by number. I'm talking about line by line of wherever dollar in this department is going. I want to know where the employees have came from, whether they're from the previous administration, if they're adequately coming to work and doing their job. It may be some changes in employment. But this department needs to be fine-tuned, and I feel like I'm demanded to do it. I have the experience to do it. I had an operation of a new car dealership. I cut the overhead 50% over a 6-month period by just basically cutting waste. There's so much you can cut in every department, and I believe this is the start. We can put someone new in this department, give me the opportunity to go over again, like I said, line by line, number by number, find out who's getting paid what and why they're getting paid. That's the key question here, is not who's getting paid, why they're getting paid. We want to know, is that dollar amount that's going out, are we getting our money's worth? And again, look at my resume and appreciate if you make the decision on a qualified person. That's basically it.
Thank you. Members of the committee, the floor obviously is in every Rules Committee meeting open. We are open to any questions. Let me ask you, because again, this is obviously not a debate today. If you have a question, we hope that you would then ask that of each of the candidates so they will all have the same time to speak here. Members of the committee, are there any questions or comments? Or the general counsel, obviously, as well, if you wish. If not, Mr. Eaton meets our qualifications. May I have a motion that we recommend his candidacy to the full council? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, there are 8 members of the committee here. I guess because we're in this big room, if you'll raise your hands. Those in favor of recommendation, raise your hand. Those opposed, like sign. Mr. Eaton, you will be recommended to the full council on August 7. Hope you see you then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Charlie Tigert. I live to control the clock on this gentleman. This is indeed members of the Rules Committee and Council, Charlie Tigert. Charlie, are you a resident of Davidson County?
I am.
Are you 18 years old?
Barely.
Okay. And are you willing to serve and able to perform the duties of county clerk as prescribed by state law if you were appointed by this council?
I am.
Okay. The floor is yours.
I really am just going to take 1 second that my qualifications are a good fit for this position, and I will waive any of my other comments until August 7th.
Thank you. Members of the committee, comments or questions? Seeing none, may I have a motion? Second. Any other discussion or comments? Those in favor of recommendation say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Councilman Tigert will be recommended. Thank you. Brenda Wynn. This is one of the few times that everybody wins. We hope. Members of the committee, members of the council, this is Brenda Wynn. Ms. Wynn, are you a resident of Davidson County?
I am.
Are you over 18 years old?
I am that too.
And are you willing to serve and able to perform the duties of county clerk as prescribed by state law if appointed by this council?
Yes, sir, I am.
Ms. Wynn, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Chairman Stein and members of the Metropolitan Council Rules and Confirmation Committee. I thank you for the opportunity to show up here today, to come before you, and to seek your recommendation to fill the vacancy that's been created by the resignation of the Davidson County Clerk. I want to start by briefly sharing a little bit about my background. I'm native to Nashville, and I consider myself native because my parents were from here. I wasn't born in Nashville. I was born in North Carolina while my father served in military, but we moved back here shortly before I turned 2. I went to Nashville Public Schools, graduated from Pearl High in 1974, went on to TSU where I earned both my Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration and my Master of Business Administration. I started my career working for the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County 2 months out of high school. I Later worked at United Way and several other not-for-profits in the area. I joined Meharry Medical College in 1990, serving 2 presidents, one as special assistant and the other as executive assistant. I also taught total quality management principles to the staff, and I managed the Office of Computer-Based Testing there. From 1999 to 2003, I served as the first director of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhoods under former Mayor Bill Purcell. In 2003, I joined Congressman Cooper's staff, and I serve as Director of Community Outreach there. I am a mother, a grandmother, and a wife, and I have spent over 25 years of serving serving on not-for-profit boards throughout this city. I was president of the League of Women Voters, I was president of WIN, president of the YWCA, immediate past president of the Leadership Nashville Alumni Association. And let me just say that I understand that restoring the public's trust in the clerk's office is going to be a difficult task. It's going to require a proven leader, and I just believe that I am that kind of leader. I have the background and the experience necessary to lead the clerk at this critical time. I'm not a career politician, but I have made a career of public service, and I want to continue that service in the office of the clerk. I respectfully ask for your recommendation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Members of the committee, members of the council, any questions or comments? Councilman Garrett, whoops. Hold.
I'd be remiss, Mr. Chairman, if I just didn't ask her to repeat just exactly which city she was from.
I live in Goodlettsville, and I've lived in Goodlettsville since 1989.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's my neighbor.
Councilman Hunt? Yes.
On the Davidson County side.
It is.
Made certain of it, sir.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? May I have a motion? Any other discussion or comments? Those in favor of recommendation say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Ms. Nguyen will be recommended. Thank you for being here. One question, did you receive a certified letter from the clerk? Mr. Eaton, did you receive a certified? Okay.
I picked mine up on Saturday morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. A reason I asked, thank you. A reason I asked is because Mr. Baxter is not here. The clerk had sent a certified letter about this meeting, and everyone should have been notified of this meeting even before the certified letter. As it stands now, with no other business before this committee, and with Mr. Baxter not here, it would require a suspension of our rules for him to become a candidate. Which is not out of the realm of possibility, but is certainly, at this point in time, there are 3 candidates deemed qualified. May I have a motion to adjourn? Any discussion? Thank you. We stand adjourned. Thank you all for being here.